Peace, family. The other day, Jennifer Lewis, famous black actress, very powerful woman. Um, I don't know if she's so much of a comedian, but she's very funny. She always playing somebody's mother on these sitcoms, and she does it very well. I love her. She did an interview with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is a sports commentator by trade, and through his success, I believe this guy believes now that he thinks everything that come out of his mouth somebody need to listen to. And I'm here to say, Stephen A. Smith, just stick to sports. Your actions and behavior during this interview just solidified my opinion that you are an agent for Whitey. Whenever the white man need a black face or a black voice to speak up on their behalf, before they can even ask Stephen A. Smith to volunteer for the assignment. Your assessment of Donald Trump's victory and the reasons why he won was so off base, it's ridiculous. I was surprised you was able to put one foot in front of the other, let alone hold a conversation. That's just how brain dead his opinion was. Stephen A. Smith said that Donald Trump was able to focus on the economy, and this is what people gravitated to. They didn't care about none of his previous behaviors, his actions, litigation, and none of that. They was more concerned about the economy. Donald Trump picked up on this, and through his genius, he was able to do what Kamala Harris did not do. Kamala Harris had the opportunity to separate herself from Joe Biden's politics, and she failed to do that, according to Stephen A. Smith, and that was the driving force. Now, let me get to MAGA. In my opinion, if you vote, if you support, if you were happy that Donald Trump won this election, you MAGA. And MAGA to me is the most ignorant group of people on the planet. And Stephen A. Smith, despite you saying that Donald Trump is basically not a good guy, you said you got to give him props on his victory. How do you give a person props that's a crook, that's a racist, that cheat on his taxes, that cheat on his wives, had children outside his? How do you give that type of person props? Like I say, everybody call you Stephen A. I'll call you Stephen Z. Stephen Z. And before I finish this, let me say this. Of all the things black people need to do to improve their social, economic, political, and judicial situation, the least we can do is to stop listening to these commentators, these actors, these actresses, these rappers, these gangsters that offer advice on what we should be doing. All they focus on is problems, no solutions. And like I said, MAGA to me is not only the most ignorant group of people I've ever come across, they're the most inconsistent. Their story can never stick. Now, when Barack Obama was president, they called him a liar, and because of that, he didn't deserve to be president. They said he was not American. He didn't deserve to be president. But when Donald Trump, when he's confronted with his lies, his character, his integrity, all that didn't matter. They wanted Donald Trump to be president. And when you look at character, integrity, compassion, this is the glue that hold a politician from his promises to his litigation. If you don't have character, integrity, how could anybody accept your word as president of the United States? And see, if integrity does not matter, why would you vote this person to look after your finance? Why would you basically, like I say, MAGA is so inconsistent. I heard one of his supporters talking about Donald Trump can unalive somebody right on the White House steps and they will still support him. Would you vote for a person that could do that to look after your economy, your way of life? Everything we do, we got to buy something, sell something, is based on the economy. And you want to vote for Donald Trump to be your president? The fact of the matter is, everybody, and especially you, Stephen A., because I'm going to make sure I tag you in this video. This vote was never about the economy. It didn't matter what Kamala Harris said, did, promised, or whatever. It was never going to be enough. This vote was about putting somebody that's a racist, that's evil, that's corrupt, and that's going to benefit white people, period. Because, see, not only did MAGA vote for Donald Trump, who said character and integrity, compassion was not a consideration, they also voted for somebody who had pending litigation against them. They don't know whether this guy is going to go to jail or not. And they still voted for him. You telling me that they couldn't have found some other candidate that they could have put in office that didn't have this baggage to safeguard their economy? Like I said, this vote was never about making America great for everybody. This vote was never about the economy. This vote was about one thing and one thing only: putting the most racist candidate in office and continuing this racist system. Kamala Harris, you never stood a chance to win this election in the first place.